Hello and welcome back to today's class. If you're new to this channel, my name is Zlata, or also known as Beach Yoga Emotion. Today's class will be all about happy hips. So focusing on our hip. The only thing you will need is a mat, a blanket and a block. And obviously the most important thing, yourself. Don't forget to subscribe or join me for more personalized classes in the daily Zoom classes. Let's get started. Okay, let's start today in a seated pose, getting your heels underneath your knees. So you kind of get a box form for your legs. Then get your spine long, roll your shoulders up and back and down. Close your eyes, take a deep inhale, a deep exhale. With each inhale, rise a little taller. With each exhale, relax your body a little bit more. Allowing yourself to arrive on the mat, not just with your body, but also with your thoughts. And dedicate this class just for yourself, for your body, to be fully aware. Give it all the attention. Let your breath become deeper. Breathe in towards your chest, towards your belly. And out through the nose. Following for a couple of breaths the rhythm of your inhale and of your exhale. Notice the movement that is happening along your breath. Maybe you can feel more movement happening than just on your chest and belly. Maybe you can feel your shoulders. Maybe you feel how your arms get a little pushed out and relax back in with your rib cage. Notice if you can spot any tension throughout the body. No good, no bad. Just notice where you can feel it, if at all. If you do spot one muscle group that is tense, try actively to relax it. On your exhale, to soften that part, to let go of the tension. With your next inhale, rise a little taller, your head crown reaching high. Place one hand onto your heart, one onto your belly. And if you like, repeat quietly for yourself. May this yoga practice strengthen and heal my body and my mind. May this yoga practice strengthen and heal my body and my mind. Slowly release the hands, open the eyes. Get your left foot a little closer towards you. Hold on to your right foot. And from here, you can start by holding on the outer edge of your right foot and your knee into your elbow pit. Keeping your back nice and long, and then rocking your leg from side to side, feeling a good stretch coming through your right glute hip side. If you need a little bit more, you can place the foot into the opposite elbow pit and rock it just like a baby. Back and forth, side to side, keeping your back long. Chest proud, shoulders relaxed, focusing on your breath, sending all your attention, all your breath towards the area that you feel right now. And then for the next 3 breaths, we'll try to give it all we can, all the attention, all the focus, and all the breath. Deep in, deep out. Imagine like you would send all the air there. And on the exhale, you relax a little bit more. Last one. And release the leg, get the left out, get the right one closer, and we'll start exactly same way if you had before that this option. Go for it, keeping your back long and the knee into the elbow. Or if you had previous the option with foot, knee into both elbow pits, go for it, keeping your back long, keeping your leg, shin hugging in, and rocking from side to side. Give all your attention to the left glute side. Hope you feel it. I do. And then we'll also hear 3 breaths. Deep in, deep out. Breathing deep into the left glute side. And exhale, relax. Last breath here, deep in, deep out. Good. And then slowly release. We'll from here bend the knees, feet just as wide as your hips, and then crisscross your right foot over your left so that your ankle ends up on top of your knee. And then from here you can walk or your chest closer towards your right leg. Or you can step your left foot in. Trying to keep the chest proud, back long, and right foot flexed, and your right knee pushing away from you. Also here you should feel it in your right outer hip or glute. Enjoy it. It should feel amazing. I hope it does. And then also here, 3 more breaths. Deep in, deep out. Deep in and out. Last one. And slowly release, extend both legs. If you like, shake it out a little bit. And then we'll go for opposite side too. Remember, starting as wide as you like or as close as you like. As long as you feel the stretch, you're doing everything right. Notice that the stretch should be in around the left glute now, outer hip. And then here, your left foot is flexed, your left knee is pushing away, and at the same time, your right knee is hugging in. And then also here, pushing the shoulders back, puffing the chest forward, keeping the back nice and long. Notice that there might be differences in the sides, all good. If you know that one side is a little bit stiffer, you can just pause the video and spend a little bit more time on this side. Okay, and then let's breathe together. Deep in, deep out. Deep in, chest, belly, towards your glutes, and all the way out. Last one, deep in. And deep out. Perfect. Release, extend, maybe give it a little shake. Shake, shake, shake it out. Good, and then we'll crisscross and come onto all four. Hands right underneath the shoulders, knees are right underneath the hip. If you have a blanket close, hold on to your blanket here. We'll place one knee onto the blanket. Let me show that from this direction. We'll place one knee onto the blanket. So you have the knees in one line, and then you slide your knee out. You can here just go as far for you possible. You should feel a good stretch coming through the groins, hip area. And then for here, the knees more or less stay aligned with your hip. And if it's comfortable, you can keep your ankles in line with your knee. But it's a little bit more of a personal choice. Maybe you prefer to have the feet together. Okay, and then for here, if you still need a little bit more, you can also send your hip down towards your feet. And then just as me, or you stay onto your hands, or you come down onto your forearms and have a moment here to fully relax into this pose. This lovely pose. It's quite intense, I know. We got this. We'll do that together. Focus on the parts that you feel right now. Try to spot first where it is, where you feel it. And then try to relax all the way in. Also here, have 3 more breaths. Deep in. Deep out. Fully in. Fully out. Last one. And then slowly send your hip forward, and then get your knees back together. You can remove the blanket, and then we'll tuck the toes and come into our down dog. Feel free to walk your dog a little bit here. Should feel quite nice after this last pose. Good. Okay, and then for here, we'll step the right foot in between the hands. Place the left knee down and come up here. You can place your hands on to your knees, or if you prefer onto your hip, whichever option serves you better. If you prefer, I do like the prop up for the knee because my knees are a little bit sensitive, but if you're good without, go without, perfectly fine. And then allow your hip to sink forward and down, keeping your knee more or less aligned with your heel. Maybe even stepping this right foot, you see that my knee is a little further behind my heel. And then I'm trying to get my ribs in, belly in. So I'm not going too much here into a back bend, trying more to focus on keeping the back long and feeling the stretch in the left hip flexors. You can even squeeze your left glute, and you should feel it a little bit more in the front part. Relax the shoulders, gaze forward. And then also here we'll have 3 breaths, deep in, deep out. And then when ready, getting both hands down onto the mat, tuck the toe, step back and into your down dog. From here, I'll walk it out. Any movement that feels good for you, go for it. And then we'll do the same side, the same thing on the opposite side, that way. Okay, so left foot steps forward, right knee comes down onto your pillow or on your mat. And then we'll also here get the hands onto the knees or onto the hip. And then let the hip relax and sink forward and down. Remember the little tips with keeping the belly and the ribs in, shoulders relaxed back and down, and slightly squeezing or if you like even more, but don't over squeeze it, just keep it active. The right glute. Hip relaxes forward and down, gaze forward. And we breathe and we relax. With each time we repeat the poses, every time the body remembers it again and again. And the next time it will remember the pose, it will remember that everything was good. So don't overdo the stretch. We always want to feel a good stretch through, going through and feeling the stretch, but not overdoing. So next time your body remembers that was good, we can maybe relax a little bit more into this pose. 3 breaths. Send it all, your attention, all your breath towards the area that you feel right now, that we stretch. And when ready, getting both hands down, step back, walk it out. Good. And then for here, gaze towards your hands. So we'll take the step forward, just as wide as your mat, and squat down. Your options here, if your heels doesn't reach to the ground, you can, if you had the blanket, just roll up the blanket and place it underneath your heels. That also works with a block, obviously with two. But you can also place a block underneath your sit bones to let your hip relax down. Maybe you need to adjust a little bit your step here, so you need to widen, and then press your hands together, pressing the elbows against the knees, creating a little bit more space. Maybe you need to even adjust a little bit more. But if you're fine, you can also just relax your hip down, keeping your back nice and long, shoulders relaxed, and we breathe. Remember your options. All of them are perfect. All of them are just fine. Anything that works for your body, always remember we are very unique. Each of our bodies is very unique, and we might need different options for our body. And then let's have also here 3 more breaths. Hands pressing together, elbows against the knees, hips or hip is relaxing down, the chest puffing up. And then 4 here, hands back. Sit back down, get your hands a little wider back, and then just get your knees from one side to the other. Notice that my feet are just as wide as my mat. I have quite a big step here to release the knees to each side. Oh, no, this feels very nice. Should feel very nice, I hope. It does for me. I hope for you too. Okay, and then for here, hold on to your block. We'll use the block. You can also use a blanket. And if you don't have a blanket or a block, you can also do it without. Okay, so let's lay down. The feet right underneath your knees, and then take the block and slide it right underneath your sacrum. So it's the hard part in between your lower back, your lumbar spine, and your glutes. And there's where you can hang out. You can let your palms face up. You can let your hip relax down. If you like, you can stay in this option, or you can even here get your soles to touch, the soles of your feet to touch. And then relax into this pose. Letting the hip relax. The legs, the chest, the shoulders. Let your breath become deeper. Try to relax just a tiny bit more. And then bit by bit, we'll get the knees facing back up. Take a moment here. And then press your feet into the mat. Release the block underneath. And then hug your knees in. Maybe you're rocking from side to side, back and forth, or maybe drawing circles with your knees, either direction. Okay, and then for here, the last pose is half baby pose. So I'll slide through, hold on to the outer edge of my right leg. So outer edge of the foot, the right foot. Let my right knee relax down towards my chest. Feeling also here a good opening coming through the hip, the groins. And if you prefer, you can go for both at the same time, but make sure that your lower back stays also down onto the mat. Otherwise, join me with the half baby pose. First on the right. If you like to add even a little rocking from side to side, go for it. I personally prefer to have this opposite knee a little bit open than closed, but it's more a personal choice than really right or wrong. So just go what feels better here for your hip, if it feels better if you open up or if you keep your knee pointing up. Okay, let's switch the side. Do the same on the opposite side. Holding on outer edge of your left foot, getting your back down onto the mat, or if you like, a little rocking from side to side. See what feels better today. Maybe some days you like it still. Maybe some days you like to have it moving. Try to figure out what your body needs today and go for it. And then slowly release, extend both legs just as wide as your mat. Your hands out, palms facing up. Slightly tug your chin in. Relax your whole body into the mat. With each exhale, let your body relax bit by bit more into the mat. Relax your head, neck and shoulders. Relax your arms, hands and fingers. Relax your upper and the lower back. Relax your chest and belly. Relax your hip, legs and feet, even your toes. Relax your face, your eyes, your nose, your mouth, and your tongue. And for a little moment, just allow yourself to be here without doing anything but relaxing. On your next inhalation, slowly start moving your toes and your fingers. Start moving your feet, hands. Start moving your legs and arms. Maybe you like to stretch out, get long, whatever feels good. Go for it. And then lean over onto one side. With your eyes closed, push one hand into the mat. Slowly bring yourself back up into a seated position. Eyes closed. Comfortable seat. Back long. Shoulders relaxed. Place one hand onto your heart, one hand onto your belly. Take a deep inhale. Deep exhale. Another one, deep inhale. Exhale. And then take this moment here to thank yourself for stepping onto the mat and taking care of your body. Take this moment to be proud of yourself because you did really great. And also take this moment to appreciate the unique body that you have. May this yoga practice strengthen and heal my body and my mind. May this yoga practice strengthen and heal your body and your mind. Thank you so much for joining today's class. I hope you feel the effects throughout the day. You can repeat this class as many times as you like throughout the week. You can also, if you like, to involve some of the poses into your daily routine to see a bigger progress in the opening of your hip. Otherwise, don't forget to share this video with a friend and come join me back next time. See you soon. Bye bye.